Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So today we are going to put some rose gold barberries in here. I've got 5 of them I want to put in. I am loving them because they will get 4 to 5 feet high, and the potentials here, which are all yellow, will get 4 to 5 feet high. I've come through, I've dug all the holes, and I've dug up all the clay soil. Now the clay soil isn't bad, but it's not great. So we're going to amend the clay soil too once I get these planted. Here they are. Here's the 5 of them. I've had these for quite a while and I need to get them in the ground. Today I am desperate to get stuff in the ground and get things done because of line of storms rolling in here straight down the #1 highway. So I have a lot of work to get done. Rob is down for the count. He has hurt his ankle and he's having trouble putting weight on it. He's strained it really bad actually. So he is down, so I need to get the lawn mowed and stuff too. But I wanted to get this project done first and share with you what I'm doing here. So because these can get 5 feet high, they will be gorgeous behind the potentillas. And I will show you exactly what they are. So these are the Rose Glow Barberries, or Japanese barberry. And you can see I like them because of the variegation in the color. So we're going to plant all 5 in this back border here. And then I'm going to amend the soil. So I'm dealing with a lot of sun today, so it's going to be hard to see things on the video. I got east sun blaring down on this corner, so please forgive me. There's not much I can do about the sun. But you can see here, very much a lot of shadows. So I'm going to put these in and then I'll show you what they look like. Okay, to amend the clay soil, I'm going to use some gypsum. This is all natural. You simply water it in, no fill, it's pet and child safe. And you can see what it looks like here. It's just some granules like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread it across the top of the soil. And then I'm going to cultivate it a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with a soil mixture that I've made up and just put it on top. Now you will see here, they are not weeds. I have some bugleweed in here that has migrated over here and I'm okay with that. I've left it because it is a ground cover and I would like it to spread and fill in the gaps. So I'll just go through and spray this down now. And I'm just going to go like this. This needs to go a long ways. It's not cheap to buy gypsum, and I had a heck of a time finding it. So we're just going to spread it around. Like I said, this soil isn't too bad, but it's not too great. And you can see how quickly my footprints force that clay down. Now I did water to make it easier to clean this bed up because I have been weeding it, but it's all about the work and getting things right. Now, if I get time, I'm going to come back and I am going to mulch this just to give it some added nutrients. But we're just going to start with using the gypsum here and my soil mixture. I'm just going to come through here and kind of carefully cultivate the soil. I'm using my pitchfork to do this, and then I'll work my way out of the bed just to turn some of that in. Really here at the front is a little tougher than at the back, because it hasn't had as much mulch put on it. So it's going to need more amending over time. You can see here, a little chunkier, but now that we got the gypsum in, we'll let it work in. And I just cleaned up this edge a little bit. When it mows, it'll be cleaned up even more. And just coming around here and mixing it as well. This is really hard over here. You can see when I dig in. So that gypsum should really help. In fact, I'm going to throw another handful of it on here just because it's so darn hard. and then we'll work it in again. Now remember, I've already come through once here before I started this video, and I dug through it all because it takes a lot of time. Okay, now I'm going to come through and I'm going to amend this soil with my own mixture. Here is my mixture. Now this is, and don't shoot me for this, I put about 30% sand in this mixture, so about 3 or 4 handfuls in here. This is topsoil, manure, and sand. Once I put this on, I'm going to come back through and give a little bit of compost to the area as well, because it will need it. And there's no way I can get rid of the shadow at this point, unless I don't show you the video. So, sorry about the shadow. Trying to find an angle, there we go, where it's not quite so bad. So I'm going to spread this over this area, and you can see the barberries are in the back, the rose glows, and there's 5 of them in there. And I'll just show you quickly that, so you can see them. I think they're super pretty, and I put them in a zigzag mix so that gives some depth to the garden, like in there. I think it'll look nice. This corner, I have a sprinkler in the back there, and that's so I don't want too many perennials in this area. I want to mulch this area and let the shrubs do their work, and then just have some color along this front edge here. Because I've already got the variegated irises in here, which bloom purple. And these are the fragrant ones that smell like grape. Well, they kind of do. I wouldn't say they fully smell like grape. You'd probably have to have a pile of them to get the full grape scent, but a little bit of grape. So I have them in here. And I may come along and put something along the edge eventually. But right now, I just want to get this soil in better shape. My camera overheated and I wasn't able to shoot any more video. Kind of a pain in the butt. I should have got another one ready to go, but lesson learned. It is that warm here and we do have some storms coming in. So the camera was giving me a message, which is okay. I took a break, went and did my errands, picked up some mulch and stuff, and now I'm ready to spread the mulch. So you can see here, this is the compost that Rob is doing. He's taking all the kitchen scraps and putting it on here, you know, the vegetables and things. He's very careful with what he uses because we don't want to attract rodents into the garden. But this is what has broken down so far, which is looking really nice. So I put most of it in the front here to help break this a little bit more. We have the gypsum in here. We have the combo of the topsoil, manure, sand mix. Now I know people worry about sand turning to cement, but if you use a 30% in your mixture and then 70% is your manure and your topsoil and your compost, you don't need to worry. It will still help break down the clay in here. So that area is not too bad. So I just put my soil down there and I wrap most of the compost along here. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to put my brown mulch on here. I really like the brown. I used to do black, but I like the natural look of the brown and it looks better with the colors of the house, to be honest. So this isn't near the house, however, it'll look nice with the yellows and stuff. So I'm going to go and spread that. And then I will show you what it looks like. But the area is coming together. Now, a bit of information on the barberries. Barberries like full sun to part sun. That's where they thrive. They will do very well here. I have another one right over here that's hanging out with the lilies. I probably should move it because it's going to get 4 to 5 feet, closer to 5 feet high. The potentillas are at various stages of blooming. Because I had gophers and voles get underneath them and root. In fact, I thought I was going to lose that one. It's just getting some flowers on it. It was half dead. I pruned it back hard, and I've had these here for years. They've all been pruned back hard, and now they're all going to bloom. You can see here we're full of flowers on this, so the pruning worked well. They don't like to be pruned, but I felt I didn't have a choice with them being dug up at the roots. And I also lost hydrangeas that way that I didn't see in time in the bed. So I have to keep an eye on things out here with the amount of animals roaming around the garden. Let's spread this mulch, and then I want to show you my other project that you missed because of the camera shutting down, but I can still show you the outcome. That looks much better. I really like the brown mulch. I think it looks really nice. It complements the plants great. I've cleaned up around the sprinkler, and these will keep the moisture in for these shrubs, and they should do well. And I want to show you a close-up of the barberries, the Rose Glow. Now, they like the full sun I mentioned earlier. They will, in the fall, get red berries on them before they drop their leaves. These are tough, hardy plants. You don't have to worry about these shrubs in the garden. They work in my zone 3, no problem, and they will get bigger. So technically they should tower a foot over the potentillas, which would be great. It'd be the perfect backdrop. Then I don't have to add anything else in here. I'll just keep it mulched really good. And this is a corner I don't need to worry about. And then I can take this area here and start extending it along the tree line and starting to plant. And there'll be total shade in here. So they're going to get hostas and plants that like shade, astilbes, those kind of things in this area. So I'll start gradually working through this, which will make it easier for mowing as well, because we won't have to mow under the trees because there'll be hostas and things under there all mulched. This was a spontaneous purchase. This is a Class C Clematis, and the reason I bought this is check out these flowers. Look at that. This is called Tie Dye. I got this at Rona. I haven't seen it anywhere else. It is good for my zone 3 and up garden because it's Class C. It will bloom on new growth. So in the fall, you can cut it right back to the ground, which I find really helps get these to flourish and fill up a trellis or an arbor quicker when you cut them back. It just seems to cause them to rebound and much thicker growth. Now, this one was all tangled up, so he's a little beat up. He was tangled with all the clematis. It's just so striking. So I'm going to put more clematis on my trellises rather than do morning glories all the time. So this year has not been a good year for morning glories. They are not flourishing because we haven't had the heat. They should have been getting ready to bloom by now or in bloom, and that isn't happening. So I just basically took them out and put this in. And quite honestly, if this fills this trellis, I think it'll be very striking in that color. So if you see tie-dye and you haven't had it in your garden yet, and you haven't, have a look around and see if you can find it, because it's a good hardy clematis and it's extremely striking. And I'm just kind of training it up the trellis. So I think it'll be pretty here, and we're going to get some rain. I'm waiting to see how much rain we get, then I'll determine how much water I need to give to all the plants I just put in. But the soil is good and moist, so it would just be spot watering to make sure that the roots set in. I found 2 additional yarrows here. Isn't this one pretty? And this one is called, and it's different than what I have. This is, they're all called Sassy Summer Taffy, but this is pink. And they were on $2 off at Home Depot, so I tried to find one that was splittable. Isn't that pretty? And then I found this one, which is a soft pink. And this is a different one, and this is just Summer Berries, which is the same as the seed that I planted. So I'm waiting to see if they're going to be that color. But the pinks are totally different here. You can see the differences in the colors. So I'm trying to add more pinks to the garden for color. So I think we're going to plant this one today. Looking closely at this yarrow, I am not going to be able to divide it because we can see here we have the main center stem here and then branches coming off and they're hooked to the main stem. So I'm going to have to wait until this one becomes larger to split it. That being said, I should go pick up a couple more of these to put them in the bed and make a nice big section of them. So we'll put this one in anyhow, and I might go pick up 2 more because I think it's worth it looking at this color. So I planted the yarrow right here. We got a lot of white going on here. So I think the Tie Dye Clematis, we have white yarrow here, and then that shot of pink will look good. And then I probably just need to add a little bit more color in here to offset that. So something probably back there with a color on it as well. So I'll see what I find at Home Depot. But definitely I need 2 more of that because look at how that stands out in the flower bed. It's pretty striking, and considering these will bloom, cut them back, bloom again, they are worth having in the garden. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can kind of see what I'm up to right now. I'm basically rebuilding this bed along the front fence and modifying the soil, making it easier to weed and mulch, consolidating my plants so that they are more striking together. In fact, I'm going to move that lily there when it's done blooming more toward the front here so that they're more in a clump. And I think it'll look good when I get it done. And if that clematis takes off, that'll fill that gap and that should look pretty. Now, one thing I didn't mention is behind this bed, I have hollyhocks. I grew these from seed. They are a double flowering one. So I ran them all along the back edge. So they're doing pretty good there. I don't know that we'll get any blooms this year. If we do, it'll be in the fall, but they're looking good. So that should provide some color here as well. And these are the double flowering, so it should be some pinks and reds, some yellows in them, maybe even a black would be kind of cool back here. And once this blooms yellow and it's getting ready to bloom, I think it'll be striking. And I should decorate the wall here with something. I need something in here just to draw the eye in because there's too much white happening here. Now these will fill this area and make it look better, but I should put something over here. So I got to think about it, what I'm going to decorate here with. But definitely I need something here and maybe something here. Maybe more centered here would be kind of cool. Let me know in the comments what you think would look good on these parts of the fence. That'll look good with this bed, but what 100% improvement. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.